And now we are back with Dr. Sheri, and we're gonna talk about the challenges that accountants face according to her. So, Dr. Sheri, according to you, what do you think are the three top challenges that an accountant face, throughout their career?
Okay, throughout their career. Um, Honestly, their first challenge that they're going to face upon graduating and going out into the professional world is what job to take because there's so many out there and they're all very different from each other. Every organization needs an accountant, plus we have governmental type work, we have not-for-profit work, and then there's public accounting, which is working for a firm. Students, right now, there are so many opportunities. There are more jobs than accounting graduates. And so they do have a wide choice, many of them, of what to do. And I think that that is a challenge and that it can be confusing. And I always encourage students to talk out their thoughts with their professors because we know what a public accounting job is like. We know what it's like to be an accountant for a big company. We know what it's like to work in the nonprofit sector. We really have that knowledge base that isn't just from the book, but comes from the quote unquote real world.
Yeah.
And so I always encourage students to talk to their professors. That's why we're there too, to help guide them that way. Challenge-wise, I think that it's sometimes a shock, particularly in the public accounting area, how many hours they're expected to work during the busy season.
Wow.
And so they need to prepare themselves for that, understanding that things slow down when it isn't the busy season and you can take more time off at that point. I think it's a challenge with accounting majors to understand that you might have been an A student in a discipline that was really difficult, but you're not expected to know everything.
Yeah.
And so you should be asking questions. And I think that sometimes students are afraid that it will make them appear that they're not ready for that job or that they don't know what they're doing. But that's not true.
Okay.
It's a complex profession and you're going to have questions and you should be asking. If you talk to people that have been in the profession for a while, one of their concerns is if I have an intern or a new hire that doesn't ask questions, I worry because I ask questions. Everybody has questions.
Yeah.
So don't feel that you can't ask those questions. I don't know if this is a challenge, but it's a reality. And I do think that new graduates are certainly in a position that they're going to handle it well. But emerging technologies are always, no matter what you go into, but in accounting, that's especially true, I think. The new technology out there and the way we do things is changing and will continue to change at an increasing pace.
Wow.
There's always something new, whether it's, blockchain or artificial intelligence, which, yes, is used in the public accounting sphere.
Wow.
So that is something I don't know if I would really call it a challenge, more of an opportunity. And I really think that students that are newly entering the profession need to look at challenges more as an opportunity.
Yeah.
They really do.
A way for them, a chance for them to learn something new.
Exactly, because your college education is really just your springboard. It's where you're really going to start, and you're going to learn so much on the job.
Do you think it is how easy it is for a graduate now to get a job in the accounting field?
Like I said, there's so many more jobs available than graduates. So it's a great time to be an accounting major. It really is. Okay. I don't know of anybody that can't find a job.
Okay. How financially rewarding it is, because I want, if someone is listening to this right now, I want them to not only make the connection, okay, so if I'm graduating with this, I can shoot for to get this compensation or that compensation. So how financially rewarding it is to be an accountant?
Yeah, it varies a lot. It would depend, of course, on where you were working. So if you're going to be working for a local or a regional not-for-profit, you're probably not going to make as much money as if you were working for a large company or any company, for-profit business for that matter. Public accounting, they all tend to pay in the first few years approximately the same across the board.
Mhm.
It's after you've been working for a while
Mhm.
that different career paths take off in different directions.
Mhm.
So accounting has historically and continues to be an area where you are well compensated.
Mhm.
But it may take a few years for that to happen.
Okay. And also they, with experience. That's what you're
Yep,
saying.
absolutely.
Okay. So what advice would you have for a high school student right now, or someone who is undecided, who wants to become an accountant, or who's thinking about it? What advice would you have for them right now?
Okay, that's a great question. I think that it would be a good idea to take an introductory financial accounting course
Mhm.
to get a little bit of an idea of what it's about. You can certainly talk to that professor and they can give you more information too if you're interested. Um, I know when I teach that class, I like to talk to them about, it's not bookkeeping.
Mhm.
You're not going to just be sitting at a desk. That accountants have to have excellent written and oral communication skills,
Mhm.
particularly if they want to advance within in the profession,
Yeah.
because you are helping others make decisions
Yes.
with information you provide them,
Mhm.
and that information can be quite complex, and you need to be able to explain what they're looking at. You need to guide them and help them with those decisions. So I would recommend students not just study hard and get good grades, but try it out,
Mhm.
see if you like it. Internships are great too,
Mhm.
to see what career path you want to take
Yeah.
in accounting. There are jobs there, even when the economy is bad. Every organization needs an accountant.
Yes.
So that's something I think to consider.
Mhm.
It's a safe occupation in that way. There are a lot of people that start off in accounting, go into it, work as an accountant, and they branch off into other things.
Mhm.
They might become an entrepreneur. They may decide they want to own their own business. They may decide to get into a completely different area of business. But those skills that they bring with them with an accounting degree never go, they're there with
Yeah,
you.
exactly. You can always use.
You can always use them.
Wow,
Yeah.
very, very nice. So, if someone is if a young professional is not tech savvy, is can they still be successful in accounting?
That's a really good question. I would say yes and no.
Okay.
I think it depends upon the area of accounting that you go into. Basic technological skills like spreadsheets
Mhm.
are a must.
Mhm.
And so students do work on projects that include Excel and other data analytic type problems that they work on to get that basic skill set, which will get further cemented when they get on the job.
Okay.
There's always somebody that's going to help you along in that process, but you can't avoid technology.
Yeah. No.
You just can't.
You can't.
And the more you know, the better you are able to do well at your job and adapt to other changes.
Mhm.
So, technology is it's crazy.
It's here to stay. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. And
every profession.
Constantly evolving.
Exactly.
I've read things like, when you start your college career,
Mhm.
by the time you're done, things have changed so much, you almost should start over.
Yeah, the books that you use, on the first semester, you probably, somebody start 2 years after you, they probably gonna need a new book because there's always another edition coming out in
Right.
something new. So I think that's very important, and I really like the fact that you have this advice for young professionals who want to go into accounting. And accounting is a very some people like to call it lucrative profession for some reason. I don't know why.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a very good profession, and I've known quite a few accountants, and talking to them sometimes is very enlightening. So. Oh, Dr. Sheri, I can't thank you enough for spending this time with me today. So I have to leave the door open for another professional lunch in the future when we have a much bigger setting, of course. But right now, we're going to stop and with this part of the conversation. And I know you guys are listening right now. You're gonna find some tips and tricks here that you can use, regardless of what profession you are in. Now, this is the part that I tell you. It's up to you to make today a great day.